Hello everyone, I'm Naya and welcome back to my channel. In this pick-a card, we're going to talk about November 2019 prediction. What will happen in this November 2019? Keep in mind, this is a general reading, and for a private reading or a chat reading, the link is down below in the info box. That will lead you directly to my Etsy shop or my website, where you can also find the Angel Oracle book, and you can find it also on Amazon Kindle. But without further ado, let's get started with this November prediction 2019. I want you guys to focus and concentrate between deck number 1, which will be Bastet statue. If you need time to concentrate, please go ahead and pause the video. There is no rush in this pick a card. Group number 1 is Bastet statue. Group number 2 is Shiva statue. Group number 3 is Ganesha statue. And group number 3, I finished the statue, so we have the Genie lamp. The timestamps are going to be down below, so go ahead and pick your pile. Alright, let's get started. For those of you guys who choose group number 1, Bastet statue, this is your November 2019 prediction. Alright, let's see what will happen in November 2019. Mind you, I also did a Mercury retrograde pick a card because I know Mercury retrograde is going to be until the 20th of November, if I'm correct. Comment down below if I'm not. And so check it out if you want to know specifically more about Mercury retrograde. Alright, so group number 1, what I see for you right away is the 7 of Swords from the Angel Tarot deck. I hope you can see it. Then we have the Magician number 1, which, let's talk about this card first, and then I show you the rest of the cards, which I didn't even see, to be honest. But right away, this tells me group number 1 in this November 2019, you're gonna be asked to go away from toxic energy, or even to a certain behavior that you are attracting or you are doing it yourself. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so apply it how it resonates with you. But for me, the 7 of Swords, yes, usually talks about people that lies, that gossip, people that behave such as they have good intentions in front of you, they want to support you, but behind your back, they will literally they only want to steal something from you, which includes also your light. But for some other of you, the 7 of Swords indicates a behavior of always taking the shortcut. Now, this is like something that I'm getting for a lot of you, so the first example would be more for a few of you if you're surrounded with toxic people. For some others of you, I think November 2019 is asking you to look at yourself better and to look not only just the, light, shadow side, however you want to label them, but truly be honest with yourself and your behaviors and make a different choice. Because sometimes the road of challenges or even obstacles is the best road, because through contrast we expand and learn more, and therefore when we expand and learn more, we grow more spiritually, emotionally, career-wise, or in our relationship. So instead of being afraid of your challenges and obstacles, face them, face your fears, and therefore you will become the magician, the alchemist of your reality. You will have the ability to choose in the present moment, and in this choice, your life will change. Because I even explain it in my course, Co-Creating Your Own Reality, which is so funny. Like, I'm gonna do this small parenthesis for all of you guys. Yesterday, if you have Netflix, you probably know what I'm talking about. I watched a documentary about Tony Robbins, which I obviously admire. I really feel that he's a great life coach and he's really connected to spirit in a way or another. And he really speaks with his own heart. I don't know what you think about him. Comment down below if you want to share your perspective. And it's so funny because the things that I saw in that documentary, which was the first time that I actually really looked into Tony Robbins a bit more, because usually I just heard him here and there on YouTube. But if I have to be completely honest, I always admired him, like respect him. But through that documentary, when he was talking, he was saying the same exact exercise and examples that I challenged for you guys in my course, Co-Creating Your Reality. And that's not because Tony Robbins' ways or what I say is the only way, but it's because this exercise works. They really works. They worked effectively for me. They worked in this method, and it's just so effectively because basically what I explain in my course, long story short, or what even Tony Robbins methods explains, is to make a choice. And through a choice, an energetic choice, because that's what we are really talking about. In my course, I go in depth about this, but just search whatever you want. You don't necessarily have to follow my course, but through a choice, an energy is released through your system. And when this choice is taken in a consistent way without shortcuts, there is no way but to manifest that idea, that choice in actuality. And we are always constantly doing that, even for things that we don't necessarily want or like, but subconsciously through our behavior, we are constantly manifesting, actualizing, whatever label you want to stick to it. But only one single choice can make the difference energetically and later on physically. So for you, group number 1, November 2019 is asking you to make a different choice, whether this will be moving away from certain people or situation, like I said before as an example, or whether this also means to just don't seek for shortcuts, but rather face your fear, face these obstacles, and understand that life is not happening really against you. I know many people say this, but for you, I really mean it. Like, it's not happening against you, but this is happening to make you become who you can possibly become as the best version of yourself, or rather as a person to make choice and really manifest their dreams, wish, and desires, whatever they might be, which is really the alchemist at the end of the day, the magician. Who is the magician? The magician is the one in the tarot deck, is the leader, is the person that can use all the elements at his advantage and can create and even experiment with all these elements, whatever actualize in physicality. Because I see the magician, especially in this card, as somebody that experiment. And if you follow the scientific method, you will know that you need to try, and you also need to fail to arrive to a confirmation of your theory. But how can you do that if you're only seeking for shortcuts and you're never digging in to what it is that you want to experiment and you want to manifest? Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid that because you're not working out the first time, it means that it will never work out, or you will be doomed forever to not work out. It's not true. This is just an obstacle, a challenge that you have all the possibility to overcome. Group number 1 in November 2019. So I know I talk a lot, so comment down below, but this is what I see. For those of you instead who were surrounded by people that we could call or label as toxic, well, again, it's another choice, isn't it? It's your choice to set some healthy boundaries and take the lead of your life, and again, experiment with your life, because you cannot fail, but you can constantly set yourself to fail, if I'm making any sense. It really depends on how you're seeing and perceiving what you're doing. If you're seeing what you're doing as I'm not giving up, and therefore if I have challenges or if I make mistakes, I see them as a scientific method, as things that I can analyze to make myself better. Well, obviously you're not failing, you're just experimenting, you're expanding, you're growing, you're learning. But if you set yourself to failure, meaning you're always finding the shortcut and then it doesn't work, and then you fail, and then you fail, but obviously the perspective and the results changes. Well, it's up to you in this November 2019 group number 1. This is what I'm seeing very, very strongly for you. Then we also have the yes card. Now, the yes card to me represents a yes from the universe. There is something, group number 1, that you really, really want to do, and it's probably in your heart's desires. In fact, group number 1, I am seeing that you probably have a bit of a blocked heart chakra, which means I don't know whether or not some people told you that you cannot manifest your dreams, perhaps it's in your subconscious, in your program, whatever it is, let's not focus on what happened in the past, but what it is in the now. There is something that you really want to do and that you really, really love. And in this November 2019, the universe is saying to you, you have our yes. You know, you can do it, but just don't try to find shortcuts. Just do it. Just learn, but do it, because we are giving you a yes, and it was always a yes, and it was never a no. We, meaning the universe, universal consciousness, spirit guides, angels, whatever will resonate with you. In fact, believe it or not, have you asked your angels to help with this? Ask them. Ask the universe. Ask whatever belief system you might have. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I really believe the universal consciousness has the capacity to create worlds. We create our world, and therefore it doesn't matter how you call them. If it feels good to you to call them angels, do so. If it feels good to call them Ganesha, Shiva, Bastet, or whatever that is, call them in. Call the energies also of your soul, of your true nature. Say yes to yourself, and you will see that when you will overcome, face your fears, moving away from toxic people, you will feel like the magician. You will feel like you're holding all these elements around you, and you're truly able to utilize them for the best results, not for the worst. Even if you might have some roadblocks here and there, who cares? You're growing, you are expanding, group number 1, in this November 2019. And I am seeing that definitely there are entities, angels that protect you and really want to help you out, but they cannot intervene, I always say this, unless you require their intervention, because you are also free not to want their help. So if you want their help, go ahead and ask for it. Then we also have Joan of Arc, the truth voice, the voice of truth, sorry. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Group number 1, November 2019 for you, it's all about doing what you want to do and not what others want you to do, which obviously really reflects with the 7 of Swords. By the way, if you're thinking about some signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius are represented by the 7 of Swords, but regardless of the sign, it is really time in this November 2019 that you speak your truth, that you say yes to yourself, and that you do what you want to do, not because you necessarily have to do certain things. Maybe perhaps you start something and then you realize that that thing is not serving you anymore, and that is okay. Allow yourself to experiment, allow yourself to be okay that perhaps now you're more passionate about something else. That's fantastic. Again, you're the magician. You don't have just the wand, the fire, or the sword, but you're the one choosing only to hold that 7 of Swords. When you can utilize so much more about yourself. And maybe, and I'm only saying maybe, for some of you, you'll be able to utilize multiple talents. Why not? Why in this world we always have to stick only to one thing? Why we have to be looked down if we don't specialize only in one thing? I do understand that the majority of the people want to utilize only one energy, and it really works for them. And some people just, they stick to one thing, one talent, and they make it happen. But let's be honest over here. Not all of us are the same in that sense. Some people are creative. Creative means to also pull different talents. That means that they start with something, they end up doing something completely different. It doesn't really matter what you do, group number 1. What it matters is why you're doing it. What it matters is the intentions behind it. What it matters is that you love what you do, you choose it, you're passionate, and you commit to it as long as you want to. And it's not because you have to end it up because of expectation, and so therefore, I didn't manifest exactly what I wanted, therefore I'm going to give up. I'm not saying that, group number one. I am saying it. Regardless of the expectation, say yes to yourself. Just do it because you know you love to do it. And I'm telling you, as long as you're going to follow this path, the universe is always going to say yes to you. And I'm not just saying it. It is the truth. And you will find your development, your growth through this perspective, believe it or not. Obviously, apply it to yourself and just let me know in the comment section if you resonate with this. So November in 2019, group number one, it's really about standing strong for your belief and just speak your truth, but with yourself first, and then obviously with others. We want to use this book, apparently, I don't know. The angels pointed out on using the Twin Flame Angel Oracle book. So let's grab a message for you, group number one, from this book. I am the wild waver of truth. I can't believe it. This is quite spooky. Okay, angels, I see you. I am the wild waver of truth. I am the bold one. And together we are bringing forth new waves of love for everyone to see. I got the shiver. I am the bold one. And together we are bringing forth new waves of love for everyone to see. I am the wild waver of truth. Just don't be afraid to speak up your truth, because you know what? Maybe you're not going to be liked by everybody, but some people around you will learn from you and they will stand up for their truth. And believe it or not, imagine if all of us will do that, how much more personality, how much more truth we will have in this planet. And I'm not necessarily saying this is my truth, therefore argue with everybody. No. I'm saying don't argue. Be open to other people's perspective, listen to them, cherish also their opinion, because I really think that we can learn also from other people's opinion. And for you in November 2019, but don't be afraid to speak up for what you believe is right for you. That's what I think for you, group number one. We also have reconciliation going on. Our reunion of souls is imminent. So that means, group number one, that in November 2019, I really see some... All right, so sorry. I really see some people coming from your soul family, some people that maybe you argued again with, or perhaps I just believe that for you, group number one, in November 2019, you're gonna find some people that will help you out in this process, straightforward as that, and without sugarcoating on anything. And I think these people belong to your soul family, whether or not you argue with these people, or you step away from these people, or maybe not. I really see that the angels, your spirit guides, want you to move away from a stagnant situation where you're only like grasping for air, and rather go to the right path. And the right path for you, it's about teamwork, it's about working and getting the help from your soulmates, it's about facing challenges and just move ahead triumphantly, group number one. That's really what I'm seeing for you. And we also have seeking the price. Well, Lord Rama, traveling with his brother and a great sage, seeks to win the hand of goddess Sita, because obviously this is the Rama deck. The indication for this card is a great quest unfolds with favorable signs. That's the beginning of something new. That's your great quest, and I do see that you're going to do it with your brothers, with a sage, with a wise person, with two soulmates, or with members of your soul family. So don't be afraid to meet new people if you don't know what I'm talking about. Now, to see the specific message, I have to shuffle the divine guidance part of the Rama deck, which we're going to do. And let's see what is your last message for November 2019, group number one. All right, let me see what we have. Okay, we have Rama itself, number 4, which could be a number of significance, synchronicities and numbers, or your life path number 4. God incarnate on a divine life quest. And number 4 will be this message for you, group number 1. an alliance of spiritual and worldly powers. So you see, there is an alliance taking place for you in November 2019, group number 1. I really see it's part of your soul journey. It's part of your soul family. And I also see in November 2019 that if you have this passion of starting something new, you definitely should go towards it without thinking of expectation or obstacles, but rather saying yes to yourself, because it is very auspicious for you in November 2019. So this is what I am seeing. I hope the pick a card resonated with you. If you want a private reading, go ahead to the info box that will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. If you're new, please subscribe to this channel and thumbs up if you like this video and resonated with the reading. Okay, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose pile number 2, Lord Shiva, that is also behind my back. Okay, let's see group number 2. What will happen in this November 2019? Okay, I have the Justice card right away, Libra card, and I also have the Knave of Wands. So let's start immediately with these 2 cards, and then I obviously gonna see the other cards. The Justice card talks about justice, obviously, talks about balance, talks about this book keeps falling, and it was very weird with group number 1 because it had the perfect message for them, and I'm not saying this because I want to sell my book, but I swear, like, let's see what message the angels want to say from this book, the Twin Flame Angel Oracle book, which is not just about Twin Flame, by the way. I just call it that way because it's really about love, universal love. But let's see, what is your message? You are my goddess. I am your god. Our divinity is our birthright. Our divinity is our birthright. Okay, let's talk about this group number 2. In this November 2019, the Justice card is teaching you to bring justice to yourself. You have to own back, and I'm going to put it this way, you have to own back your divinity. Now, I watched like a pick a card just the other day from a really good tarot reader here on YouTube called Rosieology. Please follow her. She is amazing. Like, I really love her pick a card. So shout out to Rosieology if you're ever gonna watch this video. And she said something that is so true. We are not God. Like, everybody goes around sometimes in the spiritual community preaching the fact, oh, we are God, but not really. We are not God. We are a fraction of the divinity of universal consciousness, or what is called God. And we are only expressing that fraction, that extension of who is God or who is source, when we act as such. But when we act as we are not valuable, we are not lovable, when we are acting out of balance, we cannot say that we are God. We have to claim it in a way or another. And I hope I'm making sense, but I'm sure group number 2, you are understanding this. So in this November 2019, group number 2, the Justice card is bringing you a chance and an opportunity to claim your divinity back, to claim your karma in a sense, not in a negative way, but to really bring fairness to your decisions, to your life, to your relationships, and to your career. For me, group number 2, I feel that you feel like life is not happening for you. You feel there is a deep sense of injustice. And let me stop for a second and tell you this. It is true. I am not going to deny it because I feel that you feel this way. Therefore, if you feel this way, it means it must be real in your reality, in your world. But maybe you are only showing injustice so you can rise and bring justice to yourself and others. And stop and think for a second about this group number 2 in this November 2019. Because at the end of the day, I even wrote it down in my book, Love Just Is, be your own hero. Don't wait for other people to rescue, but become the rescuer. Become that justice card yourself, and you will see changes. Sure, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I just hate when people lie in the spiritual community and be like, oh, but it doesn't matter, and you're going to grow so much stronger from this. It is true, you're gonna grow so much stronger from this, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you felt that some situation were injustice, or you felt that were unfair, sorry, it is true. People treated you unfairly. And just be honest over here. It is okay in that sense, but rise up from that, because if you're only going to walk around that feeling of unfairness, you're really not ever gonna rescue yourself. That situation will never change, but you can change it, believe it or not. And I think you do have the opportunity in this November 2019. Now, I am also seeing the Knave of Wands. The Knave of Wands for me represents always foreign lands or relationship with foreigners, the 11th, the 12th house especially. And that is my personal interpretation and agreement that I have with the cards. So I mean, mind you, about this, but I really feel that you want to go somewhere else. I really feel that the sense of injustice and unfairness comes down to the fact that you feel you are disadvantaged compared to other people because of the place or the situation you grow up in. And I'm telling you, in this November 2019, group number 2, you will have the possibility, the choice to go somewhere else. If this doesn't resonate, please go ahead and choose another pile. I'm being very specific, so I understand this is a general reading as well. So you will have this choice, group number 2. Take that opportunity, because that's a bit like fate, destiny, if you want to say, works. Now, I'm a believer that we make our own destiny, but sometimes the universe gives us what we can call as grace. Gives us people, gives us opportunity, gives us situation where we are confronted with a choice. And either we take that choice, we go left or right. And that will be your opportunity in November 2019. If you really have a desire to move somewhere else, to change your life in any way, to even meet new people, to be in a different environment, please take that chance in November 2019, or create that chance for yourself, because that is a bit like a test from the universe, a grace from the universe, but then it's up to you to take it. So this is what I'm seeing for you in November 2019, group number 2. It could be very possibly that you're very young, also with that Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius as well. I see through this deck, through this pile. And it could also mean that you're dealing with a foreigner or a long-distance relationships if you clicked on the speaker card for relationships. Obviously, again, I'm going to be straightforward but kind of general because you guys are so many. We also have listen to your intuition, power animal, awakening presence, El Moria, and soulmate. I'm going to leave that at the end. So I really feel that for some of you, it's about love. Because some of you clicked about love. If you're looking for a new love in this November 2019, there is indeed the possibility, but I'm not gonna lie, I do see that this person might be long distance, or might be from another country, from another culture, or just like somebody different. So keep an open mind and really listen to your intuition. This November 2019, group number 2, is asking you again, like I said before, to take this opportunity to go for the new, to take this opportunity to really go for what you wish and desire without limiting yourself. And that's why we have El Moria, the awakening present, the awakening to what you really want. The power animal, I'm going to be very specific, so if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But for me, the power animal indicates that there is a diseased pet or a spirit guide that for you is an animal that is staying close to you. And it could be, I had seen a dog, but I might be wrong. It could be also a cat, a mouse, a snake, God knows. But I'm seeing a dog with my vision. So I really do see that this dog is helping you out. And for me, animals do have consciousness. It goes without saying for what I'm saying. And they do act also as power animals, spirit animals. And they do act as guidance where we need, especially if we had a relationships physically with these animals when they were alive, and then they cross the other side. They do remain with us, and they do still guide us. So if this resonates with you, please follow those intuitions. You're not going crazy, and you're not seeing ghosts, those presence are real. And in a more general sense, I do see that November 2019 is really guiding you for something new, for new loves, for new relationships, or for meeting a soulmate. Therefore, soulmate could be also a friend for those of you who are already coupled and not interested in new love. But this November 2019, there is definitely like an awakening presence, a guidance of a soulmate. It could be even on the other side that really wants to guide you the right way. And the right way is going inside your subconscious, group number 2, and really dig down deep about this desire of moving somewhere else. I really feel for my group number 2 that the doors for new opportunities are open, and to bring justice to yourself and others. And also for those of you who are interested in love, it might be that new love is opening up for you. And I don't remember whether or not I've showed you the Rama card, but I'm going to do it right now again so we don't lose anything. So I was saying that from the Rama deck, you do have number 5, which indeed indicates the number of change and of freedom. So group number 2, you must liberate yourself in this November 2019 from your own imposed limitation, and there is change, justice, and fate playing for you in this November 2019. We also have the final challenges, cultivating virtues. So I really do see that you are ending something, and I know that ending might sound painful, sad, but they are necessary, and you're entering something new, a new journey, or at least you will have this opportunity. The section number 4 says, a pause in Rama's story. The divine heroes are lauded, and the benefits of looking to them for guidance are stated. The indication is very auspicious. So the change is for the better. The change is very auspicious in this November 2019. And mind you, how many guidance cards we had. So you're definitely guided to make these changes. Listen to your intuitions. So the final message from the Rama deck are, I'm going to take this card that flipped, which is this. Number 6, Lakshmana, the power of accomplishment, Rama, brother's companion. And in fact, we do have the soulmate card. So I'm definitely seeing somebody helping you. I'm definitely seeing a soul sister, soul brother, or soulmate of any kind, group number 2. And the power of accomplishment really talks about accomplishing something. And when we accomplish something is also group number 2, the end and the beginning of a new thing. We are always expanding, we are always growing. So let's see what is the last message. Good qualities cultivated lead to the goal. So there is definitely this desires of moving in something more significant, moving somewhere else, meeting somebody new depending on your situation. And these are all good desires. These are all good qualities, and you are invited to cultivate them in this November 2019. I hope this reading resonated with you. It makes some sense. Thumbs up if it did. Subscribe to this channel to have more pickup cards and videos like this, and comment down below to share your stories, because I always read your comments and always love to hear your stories. Alright, let's move on for those of you guys who choose a Ganesha statue for group number 3. What will happen in this November 2019? Alright. What are your predictions for November 2019? Okay, we have the 7 of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And we have also the 9 of Pentacles. So group number 3, here's what I see for you right away, that we are going to see the other cards. You have been, especially in October, very undecisive towards something, very confused. I really feel this might be for love, career, anything really. But I feel you've been confronted with a lot of options, a lot of skills and talents, and you're really not sure what decision is the right for you. You're not sure about where your life is going, or that might be the situation that you will face in November 2019. But with the 9 of Pentacles, this is talking and inviting you in this November 2019 to have independence. And what it means to have independence, rather than being confused and feeling overwhelmed, overwhelmed about all the options or even the thoughts that goes around your mind, the Nine of Pentacles, and so asking also what other people think, the Nine of Pentacles is requiring you to become authentic with yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is telling you, be strong, make one single choice because you know it's the right for you, which is being quite of a theme for this November 2019, and just stick to it, because only if you stick to that choice you will see whether or not that decision has suited you or was the right one for you. And in our spiritual truth, there isn't really a wrong or right path, but how can you really discern if you're not making that choice and you're only observing this cup, and the more you analyze and overanalyze the situation, the more you're going to end up confused. But why is that? Because the more you're going to stay within your mind, inside your mind in this overthinking, the more you're not going to grow. You're not going to see results of any kind. So this November 2019, group number 3 is asking you to finally make that decision, to move away from the confusion and become independent and proud and confident about your decision. And believe it or not, as a prediction in November 2018, that decision might lead to financial abundance. Maybe might lead to stay a bit by yourself. It might lead by, it's a challenge I feel for you, group number 3, to really become more confident about your decisions, because again, nothing's ever wrong, but nobody can tell you what is right for you. Nobody can know you more than yourself. And if somebody even says that, it's not true. You can stay strong and independent. You are ready to make this decision. Just go ahead and do it. And trust me, it probably will lead you to some financial abundance, promotion, or even a winning of some sort. Because I mean, we're talking about the Pentacles, the Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn are represented by this card. And so we're talking even about financial abundance, material abundance of any kind for you in this November 2019. We also have You Are Ready. This card is the last card of the Angel Answer Oracle deck, and it's quite a rare card to show. This is Cleopatra in my perspective. She really looks like Cleopatra or an Egyptian goddess. So you are ready. You are shining. You are ready to make this choice. Whatever this choice might be, whether it's for love, again, career, any type of relationship, you know what I'm talking about, group number 3. You are ready to make the choice. Just take the right cup and don't look back. I've also seen that you are profoundly clairvoyant. So whether or not you were wondering if your intuition, your cards, if you're studying tarot reading, by the way, my course is available still on sale. The link is down below, tarot course. But if you're doing anything of this kind, just don't doubt your abilities and don't doubt what the cards are saying to you. Now, let's do a little bit of parenthesis since we have this card. Many people say that it is very hard to do cards for your own self, that they are not accurate, and I even explained in my course that it's not necessarily true. Well, it could be slightly more difficult to discern answer when you do them for yourself, because you are engaging very personally, obviously, and you are engaging emotionally with the card. But like I explained in my course, if you learn how to do it, if you learn to become a little bit slightly detached and to become honest and authentic with yourself, doing cards for yourself is as easy as doing it with somebody else. It's about you. Nothing is impossible. And actually, you are going to learn through that method to communicate with your spirit guides and angels by yourself, and then you won't even need the cards anymore, because you will just validate your own psychic experience, which we all have to a certain extent. Some of us have it more developed, some of us less, but we can all learn, we can all expand, okay? And I'm definitely seeing group number 3 that you are clairvoyant. You do have a third eye open. You do see the truth for what it is. You are ready to make that decision. Be confident about your clairvoyancy. Be confident about what you see with your third eye. I even wrote it down in one of my songs that is called, what is called? Oh my God. I don't remember the name of my own song, but it doesn't matter. In this lyrics, I said, you can find it on YouTube, but I don't remember the name. I've said, close your eyes and open your mind. Magic Hour Blues, that's the name of the song. Gosh, my memory. Close your eyes and open your mind. That is what you do. You can see with the eyes, with these eyes, not with these two eyes. And that's where when you are seeing the truth. So be confident about what you're seeing. Also, I am seeing for you the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And more than happiness, I must say that joy is your purpose. Joy is your function. It's even written in A Course in Miracle, if you guys wonder why all the spiritual people say this. Course in Miracle is a channel book from Christ consciousness, but whatever, it's a really effective spiritual book if you're interested. But mind that joy is your purpose, because happiness is something that for me, it's related to excitement, is related to a single drop in the ocean. It's like an instant, it's a moment. But joy is a state of being. When you are coming from joy, you are coming from the alignment with source, with your soul. You are understanding that love is not what you do, but is indeed who you are at the core. Happiness is a moment. Joy is an eternity. Joy is your state of being, your natural state of being, and is inspired by spirit, is inspired in spirit, is not just excitement. So joy is your purpose. And I really feel in this November 2019, if you're gonna feel better, if you're going to trust your visions, you are gonna be ready to make these decisions, and you're really going to be successful about them, even if you have to stand alone quite for a while, which doesn't mean that you are indeed alone. It only appears physically that you are alone, because sometimes when we are ready to make strong decisions, other people don't approve. But hello, other people don't have your visions. And this is the divine intervention. Whether you want it or not, group number 3, in November 2019, something is gonna happen that will wake you up to the fact that you're ready to go to that path, that you're ready to make those decisions or that particular decision. And again, it could be applied for your relationships, for your work, it doesn't really matter. But something will happen because it's your soul intervening and telling you, you ain't going that way. You're going this way, and that's what we're going to do. And this is fate. This is what many people call destiny. It's the divine intervention, because your soul loves you and life is happening for you, not against you. So I'm also seeing traveling might be involved. So whatever will happen, whatever this divine intuition, you are ready for a new journey. You are ready for traveling. You are ready to go where you're needed to be. Because sometimes life, yes, is about manifesting our wish and desire. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot. But sometimes life is also about giving ourselves to service, or to an attitude of service, which means not working necessarily with a humanitarian cause, or as a counselor, or as a psychic. It could mean that, but not necessarily. It just means that we are called to go where we are needed to be. And if you're going to live life through that perspective, it will become easier for you to understand your soul choices, because at the end of the day, they are your soul choices. They are nobody else's. And you're going to face that in this November 2019. I'm also seeing the seeds of conflict from the Rama deck, number 3, which indicates creativity and expansion, opponents and allies. The section number 2 says, Ravana's sister, defeated by Rama, incites her brother to seek revenge by abducting Rama's wife, goddess Sita. The indication of the card is the seeds of conflict and deceit are planted, all to truth and goodness. Group number 3, that means that in this November 2019, you gotta defeat who doesn't serve you. You gotta defeat haters if you are here online. Hello? I mean, when haters usually are around, it means that you're doing something right. Trust me, it means that your videos, your things are getting noticed, and people usually don't understand, perhaps because they don't see that videos very much, or they usually don't like it. Just don't care. Just move ahead. You are ready. Or haters of any kind around the world, bullies or anything like that. Just be compassionate, because it is sad that some people are reacting that way because themselves cannot bring themselves up from their situation, or because they are not understanding your perspective. Honestly, everybody has their motives, and I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to tell you that if you're going to have some conflict arising, that is for the better. And that conflict in this November 2019, and don't be scared, it might not happen, so just take it with a pinch of salt. But if you might have some conflict, is only to show you that you are ready to make that confident decision to propel for even material abundance, to travel somewhere else, to start that new journey. Do it, group number 3. That is your opportunity, and it will be definitely divine intervention in this November 2019 for you, my group number 3. So this is what, I have a last message from the divine guidance deck. So we're going to choose the last message from that card. In the meantime, subscribe to this channel if you're new, and if you like this video, thumbs up, and comment down below to share your stories. I always read all the comments, so I'm very happy when you comment and share your perspectives. All right, let's see what is your last message, group number 3. All right. Hanuman, the power of active devotion. Number 1, the monkey warriors, Rama, devoted servant. You gotta rise with your spiritual warrior. You are ready for the fight even. You are ready. Comment down below. You are ready, so other people can be inspired as well. And number 1 is this final message. A negative influence, a person will return. Now, please, let's take this message with a pinch of salt. Even if this negative person return, or this negative situation might return, the spiritual warrior is within you. This is happening for you in November 2019 because you are ready to take a different choice or even make this choice and propel change in your life, and the right change for you. This is what I am seeing for those of you who choose this pile, and thank you so much for being here with me today. Okay, let's move on with the last pile, group number 4, that you have chosen the Genie lamp. But there ain't Genie inside, unfortunately. Anyway, the Genie is the universe. I'm rambling, am I? It's the last pile. Have patience, guys. All right, this is what I see for those of you who choose pile number 4 in this November 2019. What will happen? Well, first of all, we got the Lover's card. Hello, welcome back, my twin flame pile. Welcome back. I missed you. It's been a while. All right, Gemini, the Lover's card. We could possibly talk about twin flame, or if you don't resonate with twin flames, it means that there is a decision that you will face in this November 2019 if you didn't click for love. We also have the 2 of Wands, which talks about making a decision. And we also have the Queen of Cups, which is a very much of a loving emotional card. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay, group number 4. This is very straightforward. And before I see the other cards, let's talk about this. You have to make a decision in November 2019 that comes from your heart. That's what is required to you. And this has been a theme throughout all the other cards. I'm seeing a lot of people that are going to be challenged in their relationship. I'm seeing a lot of people that are going to be required to make strong choices. And that is because we are leveling up in this particular time, space, reality. We are moving rapidly, very fast to a new phase of consciousness, and we are all asked to jump in and make stronger decisions. And the stronger decision that we're required to make are coming from our heart. That's why they're symbolized by the Queen of Cups. But also, the Queen of Cups for you, group number 4, talks about holding too tightly to that cup either, because you feel sometimes that you have mastered emotion, that you know so well how to handle them. But that might not be so true, group number 4. Experiment, expand, just give that cup to someone else. And if we're indeed talking about twin flames, if you are coupled or if you are in separation, don't give up on this person. This is not the right time to be in separation, or better, if you are coupled, this is not the right time to break up. That's not what the decision needs to be made. The decision needs to open your heart again to love. It's to express love, and it is to communicate with the other person effectively so you can bring forth your life purpose together. In case you are separate, this is time to choose love from within, to know that you are love, and to become more authentic, even with the other person, to message them, to write them. And if they blocked you, well, maybe they're not your twin flame in that sense, or maybe there are some other issues that you must resolve internally. You guys are so many, so the reading can resonate differently. But this November 2019 is really asking you to focus on your heart center and making choice from there, but choice that are really truth and they're not delusional for some of you. So this is what I'm seeing, and I am seeing no as well. So okay, this is various choices. So I'm going to divide this in groups that I am seeing within my mindscape. For some of you that are coupled, no, this is not the right time to split up, this or divorce. You gotta stick to this person because you love each other and the love is really true, but it's about overcoming the obstacles and just again focusing on your heart chakra. So the answer is no, it's not the right time to leave this person, and the answer is yes, this person is your twin flame. Why don't you work within the relationship to grow rather than always trying to find whether or not there is in the other part of the garden or in another person's garden the grass is more green. It's not true. Just cultivate your grass and make it greener. Then for some other views who might think that person is your twin flame, but this person has blocked you, they don't want to talk to you, and you're becoming very obsessively, person is not your twin. Your twin is somebody else, or your soulmate is somebody else. So just make the decision that is the most healthier for you, and therefore you will be more happy in the end. And again, it's a decision that comes from your heart. It comes because the heart, it's really the keeper in my perspective of the soul. It's even written in the Kabbalah with the tree of life. But the heart and the soul can only be honest if you allow them to be honest. Otherwise, you're just going with your imagination, and not in a creative sense, but really with your thoughts and desires that might not be the truth of your heart and soul. So really apply this reading how it resonates with you. But I'm definitely seeing in November 2019 that it's really the time to shed some light to your relationship, shed some light to your way of loving and expressing love, for those of you who choose this pile. I'm also seeing shielding yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Very, very interesting. And then we have the Ascended Masters being close to you. I'm seeing that for the majority of you, you are coupled. You know who your twin flame is. And if you're not talking about twin flame relationship, we're definitely talking about high vibrational people. We're talking about people that are very connected with a particular Ascended Masters, or they're working very closely with Ascended Masters. And I'm definitely seeing that there might be also negative energies that want to affect you. I even made a video about demons, black magic, and all of that if you guys are interested. And this is a time to say no. This is a time to shield yourself, and I'm talking about the people that are not interested in love for what matters. And this is a time to say no to negative energies that might come also from within you, like I said, from the other group, that might come from obsessional behaviors. This is the time to say no. This is the time for you in November 2019 to make healthier choices. And healthier choices, again, comes from your heart. And nothing can beat you down. Nothing can harm you if you don't allow them to harm you, whether this is energy, whether this is spells or whatever, or whether this is just in your mind. It doesn't matter. Nothing can harm you if you don't allow these energies to harm you. So shield yourself. And the Ascended Masters are here to tell you you can connect with them. You might be even in attack, or you might be even I feel that for those of you who choose group number 4, my group number 4, it's very deep in whatever you do. Your actions are very deep. Your thoughts are very deep, or very loud even. And that's okay. You have a certain grade of intensity to yourself, and that's great, because when you really put this into practice in a healthy way, you can move mountains. But when you are acting against yourself, you can be easily attacked energetically, or you can be easily delusional. So don't do that to yourself. In the case, again, if you're coupled, resolve your issue within the couple by communicating, because indeed you are connected by some ascended masters that are protecting this twin flame relationship. So again, just make it resonate for how it plays out in your life. We also, look, I gotta show you this first. The twin flame card is here. So definitely we're talking about twin flame, and I already expressed my thoughts on that one. And in this November 2019, as an ascended master, we have Tumi, clock of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Trust that it's right to say no to this particular situation. Trust that what you know is right, what you know in your heart. And it's time in November 2019 to access your heart and your soul truth, because you always knew the truth since the beginning, and you didn't even need a pick card. You didn't even need the cards to know the truth. It was always there, but it's you that didn't want to see it. Whether it was positive, that yes, this is your twin flame, yes, this relationship is working, or whether, no, that is not the one, and that's okay too. Okay, so make it will resonate differently for many of you. As the last card, we have number 2, which is indeed a number of union and love, and we have deep into the forest, reversal. Rama's brother, Sir Bharata, finds him in the forest, and I'm sorry if I don't pronounce Indian names correctly. I do apologize. I try to learn Hindi. It's not easy, okay? Finds him in the forest and begs Rama to return to the throne. Rama remains in exile as Bharata returns to rule on his behalf. The indication is misdeeds and misunderstandings that can only be overcome and by self-sacrifice and grace. Therefore, like I said, if you had misunderstanding with your twin flame, don't give up. Like, that is the person that is right for you. Again, especially if you're coupled, just move ahead with communication and shield yourself from these negative thoughts and patterns in this November 2019. And then from some others of you, it's again a reinforcement of what I've just said about don't be disillusional. Just choose the right path, because you know where the right path what the right path is in November 2019. So let's see what is the last message. In the meantime, if this reading resonated, thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and comment down below to share your stories, because I always love to hear from you guys. All right, let's see from the divine guidance what is the last message for group number 4. And we have number 4, the Rama, God hero, God incarnate on a divine life quest. So the message is delay in resolving a mistake, confusion. Group number 4, you really need to go away from confusion and make a decision when it comes down to your relationship, which is also indicated by the Lover's card, because otherwise November 2019, especially in your relationship, might look very confusing, because you are propelling this confusion within yourself first. So I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm going to tell you straight. Within your heart, if you access your heart chakra, you know the answer and you know what is the truth. So let's see, because this is a very twin flame pile, what we have from the Twin Flame Angel Oracle book that you can find on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. And this is our Oracle book that it's easier than using Oracle card. You just open a page and you find your message, and you can communicate directly with your angel guides through this. It's a channeled book especially. Let's see, what is your message? Okay, it's a very long message, so I'm going to read it for you. Only when I become selfless, when I became so poor without any money in my pocket, with no hope for a future, I learned how to love. Only through solitude, I learned how to love. Only through forgiveness, I learned how to love. And I learned I was never lost. I was never poor. I was never alone. And my future was only the constant presence of love. I can't believe I wrote this. Like, I just don't remember what I channel. So I'm gonna read it again because I really feel this message is perfect for you guys and it's gonna resonate with you. So I'm gonna read it again and I'm gonna leave it to that with no interpretation because I want you guys to interpret it yourself, okay? Only when I became selfless, when I became so poor, without any money in my pocket, with no hope for a future, I learned how to love. Only through solitude I learned how to love. Only through forgiveness I learned how to love. And I learned I was never lost. I was never poor. I was never alone. And my future was only the constant presence of love. I'm going to leave it to that. This is your November 2019 prediction. It seems like a really a month to think, meditate, and resolves some internal conflict and the understanding that love, it's not a projection to another person, it's not even what you do, but love is a constant presence of who you are. All right, group number 4, this is what I see for you. Again, comment down below to share your stories too. Okay, thank you so much guys for being here with me today in this November prediction 2019. Comment down below to share your stories and to tell me also suggestions about new pico card that you want to see on this channel. And in the meantime, keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. Bliss everyone.